background of Akilla? I know that you've all been involved in things previous to Akilla, but you guys just like popped out of nowhere.
It's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes for a long time. So Ross started it when?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just try and get the camera on. I just need to switch some settings. There we
Right.
There we go.
There he is.
Hey.
Hello.
Everyone else is sideways. I want to go sideways.
No.
There we go.
Yeah, it's I can't even think now how long ago it was.
2017.
I don't even know. I don't even know what year we're in now, but it was it was a while ago, and it mostly started as it was someone else that I knew at the time who said that if we wanted to start a melodic sort of melodic metal band, which I was all down for because I wasn't doing any of the projects or anything at that time.
Yeah.
So we spent a year of just dicking around, really doing like covers and trying to find musicians that would show up to stuff.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
Well, it's taken about 4 years to get to anywhere where everyone shows up. So there's been a lot of roadblocks which have stopped us along the way, but we've kind of like the songs that we're working with now we have had for a year, couple of years, and with each people that have come in have contributed like something else into the songs and changed the bits around. So for me, like where we're at now, it's we're kind of playing songs that I wouldn't say I'm semi bored of, but they've been there for a long time, and actually they've got a lot of different people's influences on.
Yeah.
So it's got to be good to finally like put a full stop to it and get all of that out into the world.
Do you think you guys were like, obviously, because I know that you guys, as I said before, come from different musical backgrounds. Do you think that that's like, sort of made Akilla what you are at the moment? Because you are very melodic. You've got a lot of, atmospheric vibes running through you. And as you said, if it's been going on for like, you got these songs out for, over the last year, do you think that you guys have all brought something different to the table?
I think it's definitely obvious if you go back and like listen to the original versions and like look at some of the early ones, you can see a lot of differences between them. I think the core elements have always been there. So that atmospheric side, that melodic side, it is a balance between kind of like the heavier types of riffs versus those kind of big chordal sections.
Yeah.
Like that's always been there, but I think as each person's come in, they've brought their own playing style onto the parts that they've had and tweaked that, which has been great. So now with this lineup we've got now, we all do have different influences, but yeah, that core element is still there. It'll be really interesting kind of going forward into new songs after this is released, actually then seeing how that's going to be different.
Yeah, because you guys, you look like you're about to say something.
Well, I was going to say, Ross, didn't you mostly write the songs that we have now, like the main basis of them?
Yeah, it's I like to lock myself in a room and just write rather than sort of sit in a rehearsal room and things. So how kind of always done it is I would write out the sort of the skeleton of it.
Yeah.
So here's like the bare bones riffs, all of what you kind of hear is there, and then I would just throw that around to everybody, and then it would just come back with everybody's parts in. So I don't write drums, so Ginger would come back with completely different drum tracks.
Yeah.
Everybody would rewrite parts into their own.
Ginger doesn't like it.
No. So it's, and that process has always worked quite well, because I like to just write the core elements and get the ideas down, but then there's always stuff missing from it, and that's where I need everybody else and to fill in those gaps.
Yeah.
And it just bounces around. So it's been tricky because this has bounced around a lot of different people as we've had different lineup changes. But it has always just got stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, from what I have heard of you guys, like as you are now, it is like you know, it's gorgeous music. And as I'm like used to hearing from, you know, from all of you separately, it does seem to like blend together well. I was going to ask about the wrong the songwriting because and if you do it collectively, but as you just said, you're, you know, you do the main sort of skeleton of it. So is it that you know, sort of come up with something and then, you know, deal if you've got like a riff or something, or you know, you come in and just say,
I
right,
don't do
well,
riffs.
that you just riffs. That's it.
I just don't do riffs. I do choruses and I do big bits.
Mm-hmm.
I do not do riffs 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
So
although Wings was yours, wasn't it?
Wins was one that
That's
I had.
the only one I think off this lot that you can say you've basically contributed properly towards. No. I mean, only from a standpoint that all the songs
were there,
are already established before we joined, apart from Wings.
Yeah.
Wins is the best example of this lineup currently working together with songwriting.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the others are bastardized throughout the last few years off of core elements. But I still maintain it's gotten stronger and stronger, up to a point now where it does need to have a full stop and just finally be out there in the world.
So when you go on, Kath, go on.
I was going to say also it'll be nice to see where things go with a not sort of already sort of having a load of songs already there for us to essentially
exactly
learn.
Right it goes with me and Ross having a slappy fight over
oh yeah who's got the biggest V, like
Ross has the biggest V.
That is true. Ross does have
we established this. It doesn't fit in your case.
It doesn't.
They
Just have to get mine to fucking Iceland.
I will. We'll come to that.
The songwriting, like, it will be interesting going forward, but we didn't really have any problems when we were putting together with Wins, which was kind of a nice first test with that.
We're both very laid back with it, in terms of, you know, if you've got a bit of that song that you are a little bit precious about, with either of us, we're quite good at respecting that and then just saying, no, I want to change this, and this, and it comes out better every time. Yeah,
and that side's been it's just been very easy actually, so I'm not worried about any of that going forward. It's just been nice to have different takes on stuff, because I'm wholeheartedly admit that I just, whatever comes out of that first stage, it is the skeleton. Like it's got to be missing parts. I like to write alone, but I'm very aware that I need so much of an input, and there'll be stuff that you just miss. But it's it will be good going forward. And we have a nice sort of balance. We're talking about this the other day, like we have a balance of lead between us, because I like doing lead guitar work as well. Just can't fucking sing and play half the stuff. So it works quite nicely to throw some of that lead bits away, you know, and write some songs where I don't have to do much and everyone else has to do lots.
Well, when you actually envision a track, do you know exactly how you want it to pan out, or do you have tons of ideas like just floating around?
Normally it's there's like a vision there. So like there's normally, I could hear what would sound good following on from something, and then usually it would all start with either like a chord sequence or some sort of like thematic element. So there'd be something to work off and build around. But there are songs which, like Serpent, which is ironically the one we're going to be releasing. So Serpent was just a clusterfuck of riffs that I wrote to try and fit into another song. But none of those riffs would work in that song, and then they just all became another song. So that actually Serpent's a bit of a it's why it's just all riffy, because I was trying to write one riff for another song.
Well, this is the thing.
I thought, screw it, that's another song, let's just do that. So that's why that one stands out as a bit more heavy and riffer. But usually it is try and envision something coming up with one core idea and then like building out from that.
Yeah, branching out. I mean, like you say, today you actually announced that you'll be releasing the single Serpent and Sun. 17th of February, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I think
the video's out 17th of February. So that's like YouTube exclusive for a week, and then 24th it's out on all platforms.
Amazing. Okay. So yeah, I think it's going to blow up really, because it's got all those beautiful, heavy, and so many, like, you know, sort of different layers and elements of atmospheric vibes around it. But it's the vocals are like really guttural but melodic, and you've just got this beautiful balance of like heavy and melodic. And I know that's what you know that genre is always about. But you know, it's quite interesting to see, I think, how different artists do that and how they come up with that, because it's not all one and the same, is it? It's like a married together of different genres.
Yeah, it is a very fine balance, I think. It's a lot of the stuff that I always enjoyed listening to. I think I moved away a while ago from just, you know, pure riffs and distorted guitars, and always liked like classical and soundtrack elements.
Yeah.
And was always keen to try and work soundtrack elements into whatever I'd work on the guitar. But yeah, my clean voice sucks, so I've got to make the most of just shouting.
It's what we like. A bit of face
shouting in various tones.
Have you got any sort of I don't know, like inspiration at all?
Like Insomnium and In Flames are the two obvious go-tos.
Yeah, I think those two especially sit across all of us.
Yeah. You can definitely hear the Insomnium.
Yeah, and then we've each got like different areas that we go into as well. So I like quite a lot of any of the Scandinavian side. Like Wolfheart was another influence for some of the riffier sides of it.
You and Ginge both definitely.
Ginge was, I mean, I want to say Gojira and that side of things.
He's not here. Fuck him.
I don't want to go wrong with that, but he definitely likes the techie side as well.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, the techie side of Miley Cyrus he likes.
Nice.
But yeah, we've each got our own kind of little, and that's where you can see that if you really dig into and like listen to the different parts in the tracks.
Yeah,
like you'll get that overall vibe and influence of that. Yeah, like the Insomnium and In Flames, like that melodic metal vibe. But then if you really listen to all the different parts, you'll hear like our individual kind of influences in there.
Yeah, it does shine through. I love it. So your debut album, Gods Have Spoken, is coming out. Well, there's no date yet, is there?
No comment.
Nope, that's cool. So
spring 2023. But if you do some digging online, you may find a tentative date.
Okay, I'm not going to do that because I don't want
cannot confirm nor deny a date.
No, that's cool. So yeah, so Gods Have Spoken. So to promote this, I know you've got some pretty epic gigs coming up actually. I know you got you're at HRH, but you're at Jorvik, and you are fucking off to Iceland. What the hell?
Yeah. So like the three that we've got that are definitely out and big are Jorvik in 2 weeks.
18th of Feb.
Yeah. So that is
Less
with
than 2 weeks, surely.
Warlock AD
and Heathen King.
And Heathen King supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will be also debuting a new song called You're Not a Fucking Viking.
Yes! Are you actually doing this? This is one of my questions for later. Oh, no, you have to. No, you have to. No, you've said it now that it's gospel. I expect it.
I'll do a 10-second improv.
I've heard the acoustic version already.
Ginge can just have a meltdown in the corner and we'll do a jazz version of Not a Fucking Viking.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do keep falling in with the folk metal crowd.
Sorry, my fault.
It's not a
Yeah.
bad thing. I love folk metal. I mean, the only folky thing we have though is, I guess, some of the lyrics. Yeah, some of the lyric content does fall into it.
Yeah. But I mean,
There's
like,
always
I think, you know, your kind of vibe always will as well, though.
Yeah.
there's
So,
always an overlap with the melodeath stuff and the
anything
folky-
death,
folky.
black, folk,
Definitely.
pagan, like it all seems to roll into
Yeah.
the same kind of area.
yeah.
Stop going religious on us.
Talk to us about
Also, I have the
Iceland.
contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iceland is the that's the fun one. I'll let David talk about that one.
Yeah. Well, basically, we're going to Iceland. That's about it. No, we the guys at Reykjavik Death Fest are putting us on for the 1st of April, which is not an April Fool's joke.
But we did wait for the money to come through before looking for
'cause
flights.
we have already bought some flights, so it's
Well,
not an April Fool's joke.
I'm still borderline. It could be a really kind April Fool's joke, and we get
It's
over there,
actually happening.
and they go, you know,
Come on holiday.
aha, there is no gig, but enjoy Iceland. We paid.
Come to the penis
They're very
museum.
nice people. It could be how they do April Fools. We'll
We'll
see when we get over there.
We are intending to shoot a video in the penis museum.
No.
That's amazing.
But we will try and shoot a video while we're out there.
More than likely shoot a video while we're out there.
Yeah.
Landing shortly afterwards. But it's a good. I think it's a really good sort of first international gig, because it's not a location many people go to.
No, it's quite difficult actually.
They do have a good scene as well, and you know it really does match with the music that we do. So it is quite a good first international gig, that one.
Yeah.
First international gig for us was always going to be a Nordic country of some sort.
Yeah.
And Iceland just fits perfectly.
Yeah, it's an interesting place. Well, I can't say I know many bands who can be like, oh yeah, I played Iceland. Like,
yeah.
Very
Reykjavik's lovely anyway.
Yeah.
It does
it's
look
really nice.
Oh,
Let's hope there's a bit of snow.
And the week before that, we do also have a
Cambridge
hometown Cambridge gig at the 6-6.
Can we call it hometown anymore? It's really funny. We keep getting referred to as
it is
we're Akilla.
It's
we're
not
melodic.
for you, me, or Kat.
No, we keep getting called that. We're melodic metal from Cambridge.
You're not.
The core of the band is from. It started there. It is a hometown gig, so it did start there, and it's where we had a lot of our first, like gig supporters, and most of what we did was in Cambridge. So I always have a laugh when I see it on any of the Facebook events. Things it's like melodic metal from Cambridge. I'm like, we really need a fucking alternative for that, because
You're not from Cambridge.
we're not anymore. But it will be good to do that sort of album launch party there with
Denali.
Yeah.
Finally gigging with Denali.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I leave this stuff for you. I just stand there and look pretty.
Yeah, finally gigging with Denali and a couple of others.
And the promoter as well is who I used to work with over at Q Club in Cambridge. So that's going to be quite nice, because that's where we played as well back in Q Club. So it'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
Sort of work with him again.
Oh, killer. So yeah, you've got a busy first half of the year really, which is good. So, but what are you looking to do sort of going forward after that?
I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Well, get on it. Like, you ain't got long.
We've got a couple of pipeline things which you already know about.
I already know about.
And I think we're hoping to do a few more Europe dates. We've got a couple that are quite likely. Can't say anything yet.
No.
But lots and lots of traveling, lots of noise.
For me, it's as soon as the mixes are all done, it's straight into writing.
Yeah.
It's very eager to do it. There's lots of ideas already formulating.
It won't be as long a wait for album number 2.
No, I'd imagine we'll have new stuff very quickly.
To be fair, we're all so relaxed with each other. There isn't anyone who's like a one big ego that's gonna throw any spanners in.
Ross is the big ego.
But
he's the bigger ego, but he's already written the thing, so it's fine.
He's allowed.
deal with Ross. Like, it's
I'm a
fine.
killed ego.
But like as this lineup, I'd say compared to some of the prior lineup, we are a little bit more relaxed and happy with each other's company.
It's not even just the previous lineup; it is just other bands that any of us have been in. It's just
Yeah.
more. It's just easier to work with. Everyone's easier to work with. Everyone's happy with.
But that's what bands are like, you know, and that's why it's kind of taken Akilla this long to get to this stage as well.
Mm.
To find that balance where everyone is relaxed. You know, at the end of the day, it's I won't say it's a job, it's not a hobby, but it's you're doing it because you like doing it. So you got to like the people you do it with.
Wow,
Exactly.
It makes the whole process so much easier. Like I constantly always get asked, you know, why do you drive 4 hours to do a half an hour show and spend money to do it?
Mm.
It's just like, well, I like it. It's like plain and simple.
Well, yeah, it's your
So I gotta like the people I do it with, but yeah, it's band politics at the end of the day, isn't it? It's hard to find the right people, and I'm glad with this lineup we've got now. The main challenge we have is just that we don't all live in the same
Far
place.
away.
Mm.
Yeah, so rehearsals are limited. Processes of getting stuff done can take longer.
Just for context, we're in Norwich, Ross is in Lincoln, and Ginger's in Cambridge.
And we've done more gigs together than we have practices.
100%.
That says a lot, doesn't it, though, for like, you know, how you guys kind of get out there and operate, though. So it's good. It is good. With this, like, I think with this lineup as well that you've got, if you feel like, you know, you've got it aced, it's like a new identity for Akilla as well. You mean you know, and you do have that because you've got new input, you've got a new logo as well, you know. Talk us through your cover art for the album,
Ross.
Oh, great. Yeah.
I have to recuse myself from this conversation.
Greg the Viking, I call him. Greg, our topless mascot. So, so I did all of the artwork for the album. Redid the logo as well because I did just feel like when we were changing up lineups and things like that, I was like, we just need a fresh face over everything.
Yeah.
I wanted a logo that kind of lent a little bit more into that Scandinavian vibe as well.
Yeah.
So that was born out of that. We did have a few different versions, but we actually all very quickly settled on the same one.
Yeah.
The artwork side, there is going to be, I don't know if we're doing it in this CD or if it's later down the line, but we will have an art book.
Cool.
Which will be essentially a piece for every song.
Wow, that's cool. That's a good idea.
And a concept style. And it's that style of artwork is something I've always really liked, which is that concept style of art. So, you know, when you put in film sketches and things together, it's just always, to me, leans like that fantasy sort of look. So that's why I went for that style with the album.
Yeah.
Something that wasn't too aggressive, again, feels a bit more melodic, feels a kind of fantasy. Based, and then we went as Gods Have Spoken as the title track. Not sure why we went with that one, but
it was the coolest sounding song.
Yeah,
as an album title.
It lent with that story for it, which was quite cool, which is sort of all, you know, about gods and based, and the actual. It's really odd because we were sat on artwork what to do for a while, and in the image you see there's a big like archway.
Yeah.
Kind of stuck, and then you got big gaudy fellow at the end. But that archway bit was just a photo that I took over in Whitby. So that's actually of Whitby Abbey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that became like the frame for all of everything else that's added in. So I kind of went back home from Whitby, had that, I think, knocked that out in, what was it, about 3 hours?
How long
and then
did
sent
it take you?
3 hours. That night, knocked it over in 3 hours, sent it over to them. I was like,
you wanted for the artwork.
I was like, kind of did this. Do you like it? But it's cool. I think again, it kind of is established a bit more of a style for us. Just something that we'll stick with and fits nicely with the logo.
Yeah,
I was going to say it's nice to have a proper sort of identity because
coherent.
yeah,
like
even before I joined, it was a bit all over the place in terms of what everyone wanted. And now,
we knew we needed a brand, and it wasn't quite there. Hence the kind of like complete overhaul of the entire image side of it. And we had a good advantage that we were, doing the video filming as well, and thought, right, that's the time to start getting band photos, just get everything at once. And yeah, try and have something that looks a bit more coherent across everything we're putting out.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I'm gonna make this the last question. How can we support you guys?
Buy our shit, please.
Love it.
Please?
Okay.
Well, bank account you can transfer stuff to. How can you support us? I mean, usual sort of way. First of all, going out and buying stuff and listening to the music and reassuring us that we've not wasted the last 4 years would be a great start.
There's 3 practical ways. One is show up to gigs, because that's the best thing ever. In terms of UK gigs, there is Jorvik in a couple of weeks, which looks like it's gonna sell out for definite.
Yeah. Also, we're gonna have some exclusive merch at Jorvik.
Cool.
Yeah.
Some nice drinking horns.
Yeah.
Nice.
We do have merch we only bring to gigs, like specifically for that. If you want it, you need to come along to the gigs.
Exclusive merch.
Yeah, drinking horns, which are handmade by a friend of ours. The other thing is we have our pre-orders are up for the album. If you go to
the Bandcamp link, that'll be not Bandcamp.
Not Bandcamp, it's the other one. Big Cartel. Yeah, we've got a Big Cartel link. So if you go to our Facebook, there are links all over the place. So please buy some stuff.
And the other one is Stream Everything Forever and Ever.
Numbers. Aye.
Yeah, please.
Clicks. Like, sounds nice and simple, but the more clicks and the more stats get up for bands, that's how we get these opportunities.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly that. That. I'm so excited to go international though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be like a proper proper shove for you guys, especially if you're like looking to get out into Europe and that, because it's Reykjavik is, well, yeah, it's not easy to go and actually play there, so and that is Iceland is like one of the countries that has some of the best metal music, so I think you're going to do really well out there.
Yeah, just need to get EasyJet as a sponsor.
That would be nice.
Those smash our guitars up.
Maybe we could take some guitars with us if we can get them as a sponsor. Might have to sell out, do a jingle. Like.
Wicked. Well, thank you so much for your time, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I will be doing all of the sharing and all of the things that I can. Yeah, I'm in communicado with Dave and Kath quite a lot about it. So yeah, anything I can do, just give me a shout.
Awesome.
Brilliant.
Definitely. Thank you.
Much love.
Drag me down. The most righteous man.